So today I wanted to come and have a conversation with you about where I'm at and to let you know a decision that I've reached. And I've waited a long time to have this conversation with all of you because I've waited to get to a point where I have felt clear enough to be able to come here and give you the whole plan of action of what's happening next. But probably the first time in my life, I don't have that answer. I don't have a clarity of what the next few steps are going to be, but I do have clarity of what they're not going to be. And I wanted to come here and share with you my amazing tribe who have been with me and supported me and walked this path with me for many, many years. So, for those of you who've been following my journey since I left South Africa, you all know it has been an incredibly hard process for me. I've shared quite a bit about my journey and the dark night experience I've had since moving here. It has been an unbelievable period of disintegration and really having to face some very profound stuff about myself. It has been hugely transformative, but not in a feel good kind of a way. No genuine transformation is a feel good thing, by the way. But this hasn't brought me to the end of a transformation period of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel or, the sun breaking through the clouds. What this journey has been is taking me to the absolute depths of myself and having to dismantle everything I knew about myself, what I was doing, the relationships in my life, the path I've been walking for years and years and years. And I always have faith that the universe will take you into the exact experiences you need for the next growth journey in your life. And the universe delivered and then some by taking me through an unbelievable journey of destruction in myself, and destruction in a good way, like actually dismantling everything to its absolute core. And I'm emerging out of that place. I'm no longer in that very dark place anymore. I have emerged and I'm continuing to walk that journey. And what that journey is going to be, I still don't know. I still don't have clarity. But for the first time in my professional life, that doesn't give me anxiety. Usually I'm very practical and I'm extremely organized and I'm very planned and everything is a step by step for me. And for the first time, I have no answers. And whereas in the past, that would have been a really scary place for me to be, as I stand right now, it's an incredibly liberating place for me to be. And I'm just completely surrendered to what this next phase is going to be. So as much as I don't have clarity of where I'm going or what the next steps are going to be, what I absolutely have clarity on is who I'm no longer going to be. And the statement that, has been working around the edges of my consciousness in my peripheral vision, a statement that a huge part of me has been very afraid to make, but a statement that I'm going to make today, loud and clear, because the more I say it to myself, the more real and right it feels for me, is that I'm going to be leaving the coaching industry. And I know that's a big statement for a lot of you to hear from me. The coaching industry, as it stands in the world at the moment, is not a place that I want to be a part of. The coaching industry has turned into an unbelievable, toxic space with no integrity whatsoever. And it's really become worse and worse over the last 2 years. Now, I have a very wide network of amazing coaches, facilitators, teachers, guides, therapists, trainers. I'm in a lot of masterminds online. I hate that word mastermind, but I'm in a lot of amazing groups with really powerful women who are phenomenal facilitators and coaches and therapists and guides and space holders who are all feeling exactly the same way. All of us have been having these conversations for months now about how the coaching industry is just not what any of us want to engage in anymore, how it is absolutely collapsing in on itself, how all of us just want to take a really big step away because this is no longer an industry that we feel we can align with. And it's for quite a few reasons, and I can share some of them with you today. But I'm not the only one feeling this, is what I want to say. But I am probably one of the only ones I know in my group who's verbalizing this to their pages and to their clientele because of what it means. And huge amounts of people are absolutely terrified to be honest and real about this because it will close their businesses. I'm willing to take that risk because if there's anything I've always promised to be with all of you, it's real and honest. And, you know, for me, the coaching industry has become less about people and more about money. And I've been part of groups that has been about, you know, making your business really big, earning 100K months income, becoming a 7-figure coach, becoming the next biggest podcaster, becoming the next biggest thing. It's all about becoming a big thing, you know. It's all about the celebrity culture and about like being who's got more followers and who's more famous and who's making the most money. Like, no one I know who, you know, real amazing people who do this work, who've done this work for a long time. None of us got into this industry to make money. We got in this industry to be of service, to raise the consciousness of this planet in whatever way we can, and to support people on their individual journeys of personal transformation. And yes, it is our jobs, and we make a living from doing our jobs. But there's a difference between making a living and wanting to be a multimillionaire because of the work that you do in the coaching field. Now, you know, you want to go and be a 6-figure, and that's what drives you to work in the human condition, go right ahead. If that's how you want to be in the world, absolutely go and be that way. But when you're on social media, you can see it's become almost the only stuff that you see online as it relates to coaching is always having to be part of a membership, part of a group, sign up to do an online course. You know, it's people have lost the ability to see how important it is to just work on yourself. That is what personal development is. It is working on your own personal journey. And from what I've seen over the years is that people no longer want to invest really deep, long time into doing that work on themselves anymore. People want the quick fix. They want the quick post online. They want to watch a quick TikTok video that's going to tell them how to solve their relationship problems in 90 seconds or less. You know, they want to sign up for a membership where they're not going to read half the stuff that's on that membership. They want to download endless freebies that they never open and they never read. But it's like this idea that you're working on your life, but you're not actually working on your life. And as coaches, we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot by offering this constant free content online. But any business expert I've worked with, any branding expert, marketing expert has taken me this path to say, this is what you have to do. You have to create free content so that you can grow your follower base. And from your follower base, you have to give them free downloadables that gets them onto your email list. And then when they're on your email list, you can email them constantly and frequently about your main offers and then get them to sign up. I'm like, you witnessed my journey in South Africa of what my career was. I cannot tell you how much of my career became about content creation instead of actually sitting in a room with people doing coaching work. It got so busy with having to create posts and podcasts and books and downloadables and reels. Oh, it is just exhausting when I think about it. And it played a huge role in me slamming into burnout. And anyone here who's watching this, who is a content creator, knows exactly what I'm talking about, but also knows how impossible it has become to actually run a business through social media. And yet the hard thing in the world that we've created is this is the only way you run a business, really. If people can't get to you through social media, how are people finding you and how are people working with you? And it's not a path I want to be a part of anymore. And I don't know what the answer is, but I know what it isn't for me. And it's been heartbreaking to see the amount of truly talented coaches and therapists and facilitators and leaders and guides who've completely left the industry over the last few months have shut down their pages, have just checked out because it has become impossible to do this work when everything is about instant gratification, quick fix, and people not really wanting to invest time or money investing in the work. And this is what people hear all the time. Why must I pay to work with you if I can just get, a free downloadable ebook that'll tell me how to fix my relationship? Well, great. Go and do that. But actually go and do it. Don't just download the book and then not apply the work. And this is what so many people do. Like, just look at the amount of books you have on your bookshelf that you've never read, the amount of downloads you've got sitting in your email box, all the freebies that you've signed up for that you've never really worked with, the amount of memberships online that you're part of, and the courses online that you're part of that you haven't really watched all the videos or gone through all the modules or done all the work. It's the state of where I see a lot of, the human condition at the moment, is that people are in the most desperate places than they've ever been in their lives, but trying to do the work, it's just they don't want to. And I hear a lot of you argue with me about this, but the facts speak for themselves. I can just see the amount of bookings that have stopped, the amount of people that have stopped working, not just with me, with all of my colleagues. The numbers, the statistics are there to show the absolute decline. And that tells me that it's not so much that people don't want to do the work, but the way the industry is running is what people no longer resonate with and don't want to be a part of. And in these masterminds, these endless conversations we're having about, well, how can it be a workable way? What is it people do want when it comes to coaching? What is a way that people actually want to work on their lives? None of us have the answer for that. None of us know how to answer this question. So what I definitely know about myself and what I've witnessed in my journey of deconstruction is how desperately I was trying to hold on to my old identity, my old self, that I have been grasping at straws for over a year, trying to create a new program, design a new course, launch a new membership, create new ways to get people, to come and work with me and do my work. And what I've just been in is complete denial about the fact that it's actually not a path that I resonate with anymore, which is why none of it has been happening. So when I say that I'm leaving the coaching industry, what that means is that I will no longer be doing one-on-one coaching sessions. I will not be doing group sessions. I won't be doing speaking. I won't be doing media or interviews. The way that I'm showing up on social media is going to be very, very different. And as scary as it is for me to say that, because it means saying goodbye to a huge part of my identity, my career, and who I've been, in that same breath, I can't tell you how liberated I feel. Like a giant exhale, that I'm freeing myself from having to be somebody that everybody else wants me to be, but that I don't want to be anymore. So in all this introspection I've done, if I wipe the table clean and I really look at what I love to do and what I want to do, one theme keeps emerging, and that is one of writing. It's been a passion and something I've loved doing my whole life. Most of you met me initially through my blog. You've all followed my writing over the years, and writing is a very powerful outlet for me of where I want to now focus my work. So I'm not saying that I'm walking away from, the work I do, but how I'm no longer presenting it to the world is going to be under the title or name or concept of coaching. And I don't know what the name is instead. And you're all welcome to tell me what you think that should be. But what I know is that I want to write, and I'm going to continue to write, and I'm going to find a way to transform the presentation of my work into my writing, of creating stories, creating product that is around this profound work that I have done for so long, that is around the amazing process I've been through, that is sharing with you paths and ways that you can apply to your own lives, but just in a very different way. So a big reason also that has brought me to this place of wanting to say that I'm no longer doing coaching work has to do with an issue that I've had for quite some time about this concept of authority and who you make the authority in your life. Who in your life do you put in a position of being a teacher or a coach or a therapist or a trainer or a guide that you feel they've got to tell you who to be in the world. They've got to tell you how to behave, how to speak, how to be in your relationships, how to treat your body, all the how-to stuff. Why do you constantly surrender your authority to other people when the only person who knows at the end of the day is you? Now, of course, I've got absolutely no issue with learning techniques and skills and tools and ways, which is what you'll get off of a lot of social media and through working with people. But my problem becomes when you don't apply any of that to your life, because that's the only way anything is going to shift in your life. And, it's when people phone me or message me going, what do you think I should do? I can give them a very clear answer. But the answer that I've most recently and very standardly been doing is, I don't know. What should you do? Because what I would do in the situation was I would do for my life. I don't want to be the authority in your life. And that is what people turn coaches into, is what people turn therapists into. And that counts and adds towards that toxic behavior that I was talking about. Of that only by working with me can you reclaim something about yourself to feel whole and complete within yourself. No, absolutely no. Resonate with something that I can share, or a piece of writing I've given, or something I've put out in the world, but how is it relevant for you? Because I can say the same piece of feedback to 10 people and each of them will use it in a completely different way. And I don't want to be the go-to. I don't want to be the person that you look to get you through your life. There's just too much fear in the world at the moment, and there's a lot of darkness in the world at the moment. And I can tell you from my own experience of what I've been through over the last 18 months is the only way any of us are getting through this is to do the inner work. It's to sit with our own stuff, our own inner darkness, our own unworkability, our own beliefs and ideas and understandings, and do the work on ourselves. And you can read a book or learn a process, but at the end of the day, you've still got to apply that process to yourself. So I think there's a lot of conversations we can keep having about this. And maybe I've left some, unclarity in what I'm saying today. And that's okay, because I don't need this to be a complete message in and of itself. What this is the start of a conversation to just let you know what I will no longer be doing, to let you know that I'm still here, but I'm morphing into a different version of myself. And my work is going to morph with me into a new way and a new space. And that new space has got no rules right now. I don't have a clear vision or a specific version of myself that I am becoming. I'm very much flowing with each day to see what emerges on each day. But this video is what I've needed to share with you. This story is what I've needed to share with you to just be clear that I actually have to do the slicing finally and say goodbye to what has been trying to say goodbye to me. I've just been unwilling to let it go. So I'm going to be needing to make some changes on my platforms, and you'll see these. You'll see some changes on the platforms that I'm on. I might delete quite a bit of content, or some of the content I'll be putting on is going to be very different to what you've ever seen from me before. My website might be changing. I might be, moving a lot of content into different platforms. Whatever I do, I'll be communicating all of it to you. Whatever journey I'm walking, I'll keep sharing as it's real for me to do so with all of you. I just have such immense gratitude. It's such a, it's such a simple word for what I'm trying to convey here, for the growth that I've had in my professional life because of each and every one of you. And for those of you who have worked with me, the unbelievable honor it has been to bear witness to your lives and your stories, and for you to trust me with walking those journeys with you and guiding you and holding you, in the best way that I knew how. To each and every one of you, thank you deeply and profoundly from my heart. I don't ever take for granted for one moment this tribe and this community that I've created in this online. And for all of you who've stayed here and who've been here and have borne witness to my journeys, have supported me profoundly in my work. Stay here. Let's walk whatever this new journey is going to be together. For those of you who are no longer interested, with all the love I have, thank you. And, I release you from any expectation of needing to be a part of my tribe or my group or my community. I want you to be here because it's real for you to do so. And to all of you, to maybe just look in your own lives, to reflect on yourself of maybe what journey you've been holding on to that you need to be letting go of. What version of yourself, what identity of yourself is no longer real for you anymore. Because this is the beautiful thing of being a human being, is the willingness to constantly evolve and to constantly change and to constantly become different versions of ourselves. We are not meant to stay stagnant or to stay in one small avenue for our entire lives. I've had many careers in my life, and I've been many versions of myself in my life. And I'm really excited to see what the next version is. And it might continue to be what we would call coaching, but just in a very different format. But until some really significant shifts happen within the coaching industry and the world at the moment, it's not a space that I can choose to keep being a part of. And just urge all of you to be quite discerning about what energies you allow into your life through social media, and to spend a lot more time by yourself, with yourself, in search of yourself, and to process your own journeys of personal transformation in a way that's real for you, not because somebody else is telling you to do it. So I'm here if you want to send any messages, if you want to ask me any more questions, I can answer in, a way that's real for me. I'll still be here. I'll be sharing as and when and if something comes up for me to share. But there won't be a time frame, and there's no specific path that I can assure you of. All I know is that I'm walking and I'm moving forward. So big love to all of you, and I'll see you in the next steps.